I'm back. I did my little spiel. I hopefully didn't get carried away that long. I'm just firing up also the vertical stream. So if you get a notification, actually, let me know if you get a notification. I'm firing up the vertical stream. I don't know how this works when we have two streams at once. Don't navigate there. Stay here. There we are. Live on the vert. Welcome, vertical short viewer people. Welcome. You found a good place. There we are. I doubt there's many new viewers today, that's all right. But if you are a new viewer, please entertain me by joining our fam. Hit that subscribe button. You'll see it pop up. I'll get to shout you out. Everybody wins. Everybody wins. I don't know if we've had any new subscribers, or at least I haven't been alerted to any. It's okay. Just got noticed. Boys and girls. Well, our analytics show that there are virtually no girls watching this stream. How can they ignore this handsome mug? I don't know. I don't know, man. Got alerts for verts. Nice. Is Pickle the only one? Yes, think outside. We'll look at TRB. You've said it a bajillion times. I'm still going to do it. We got it. Get learned. That's right. Get learned should be your catchphrase. Our catchphrase used to be get learnt, not burnt. And I guess it's still our catchphrase. I don't say it much. Welcome, ADD folks. You're in good company, Judge Bibbles. What's up, man? Oh my God. Think outside. Dude, I already acknowledged you that we're gonna look at TRB. Here you go. There it is. There's the chart. It's up. You can stop spamming TRB, TRB, TRB. If you keep doing it after I pulled it up, I'm just gonna hide you. Like, I acknowledged you. We're gonna look at it. We got other charts to look at. Lower targets, AJ. Maybe. Ladies, put a 1 in chat. Lee identifies as a girl. I guess that counts. EMS says that she is a girl. Well, welcome, EMS. Don't let these clowns scare you away. I wish we had more female audience. Women make up more than half the planet. We kind of need them for adoption. Kinda. That'd be good. You got an alert? Did you? Here's the thing. Could you put like I don't know, put a number in chat. Put a 1 in chat. If you're watching this stream, but you got an alert for the short stream, but you didn't get an alert for this stream. I'm curious. I'm wondering if this is like hurting our long forms, which is okay. It is. Catherine Elizabeth, absolutely female. Welcome. Welcome, Chadette. Can we look at Gummy? Yeah, we can look at Gummy. TRB, actually, good call. Thank you. Wow, TRB wrecked our charts earlier. Look 8. Got an alert. Alexandra G's here. Wow, maybe Sunday streams is when all the ladies tune in. Let's go. Let's go. Love you girls. 1. So you guys putting in 1, you did get an alert for the vert, but not for this. That's troubling. That's not good. That's all right. We're going to get into some random charts here. I'm going to go in order that I pulled them up. 𝐂𝐨𝐮𝐫𝐬𝐞 was the first one asked, and I apologized because I remember hearing people want to see 𝐂𝐨𝐿 on Friday, and I did not look at it. Probably good. 𝐂𝐨𝐿, we were looking for a long from 1.8 cents. We got stopped out at 1.5. It's a 6-to-1. Why would I not have placed it this way? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Either way, it does look like that trade's good on 𝐂𝐨𝐿. Let me get my bearings here. It does look like 1.8 cents is held as support, especially on the weekly, that intra-week drop. You closed last week at 1.8. Now here you are. 𝐂𝐨𝐿 looking for a bullish engulf on the week with 4 hours to go. That could be a good sign. If we get that close, the next upside target looking pretty obvious. 3.5 cents up here. Let me go to the month. Monthly, kind of same condition as most stuff. Our monthly open from April, 2.175 cents. That could be maybe a more conservative upside target here. That would make sense. Looking at the monthly chart, though, you can see 𝐂𝐨𝐿, not TRB. God, I said TRB so many times in my head. 𝐂𝐨𝐿 fell from its bull market high, had some efficiency, painted something on this chart on the way down in March of 22, trapping buyers and sellers, creating future resistance before falling further, finally bottoming out, testing resistance on the month, bullish engulf, leaving an order block of support behind, right into our zone of efficiency right here. Move over a little bit. There we go. Into our zone of efficiency. There is likely serious resistance at 3.5 cents for 𝐂𝐨𝐿. If I was in a position, I'd probably look to take some profit there, but I also would likely let a spot position at least have a little room to ride. If 𝐂𝐨𝐮𝐫 does break 3.5 cents, 18, 17 cents up here, next point of efficiency. Like, you have nothing all the way from 3.5 cents to 16. That's a big gap. Gaps tend to get filled. They do. I'm gonna go down to the day though. What do we got in our daily? That trade was so good, yet so wrecked. Wow. Kind of like most of the market struggling to find any upward momentum. Look at market cipher B here. These momentum waves, you just keep getting hammered down. Every time the market tries to buy this up, it just gets hammered back down. VWAP is pointing up, so is money flow and momentum. Not bad. That 2.1-ish cents on the month does look very likely. Very likely. I think that weekly close is going to be important though. You know, let's, this is an interesting idea. Yeah. 𝐂𝐨𝐿 above its 20 weekly. Fair enough. Fair enough. We're going to see what charts are above their 20 weekly today. I think a lot of them won't be. Copy. There we go. There's 𝐂𝐨𝐿. It's like VRA. Then we'll do TRB. All right, we'll do Atom, then TRB. Hopefully I won't have as much to say for all of them. I'm going to clean up some of this old stuff. Some of this old stuff. Let's go to the month. Higher low, but man, this is rough. This is not the best looking, but not the worst looking. You did close your monthlies a little bit higher than the start of the year. Let's get rid of this. Than the start of the year, but you're kind of just hitting a double bottom here on the monthly. Not my favorite setup. You do have a good amount of upside room based on the previous monthly closes. Likely to find that resistance for VRA near a penny if we get a good rally out of this. That chart's right. We just have a new monthly resistance right here. Just under 1 penny. This all look good. If VRA loses last month's low, it's looking for 0.04. This is going to be its kind of major line in the sand support. This is where you found support in 23 and started putting in higher highs and higher lows and starting an uptrend. Don't want to lose that. VRA breaks that almost a penny mark, likely going to head to its point of efficiency on this chart between 2 and 2.6 cents. That's a pretty solid gain from here, actually. That's a big if, but you're at half of a penny up here. That's a 4 to 5x. Not bad. Let's zoom in. Looking a lot like the rest of the market here with that March peak back down, retracing, losing all that ground it painted. That's not a great look. That's not a great look. That almost looks like a momentum leg for the upside or downside. VRA, what are you doing? I think I can place a trade for VRA. Basically, look into that low, not wanting to be in a position under that low, and then looking to take profit just under a penny. For a 2.5 to 1, we'll say you can go back to the high one, 1 1/4 cent, and bam. Let's give it the goods up here at 2.5. I can see VRA traded this way, but honestly, if you believe in it, don't be discouraged by this, but I don't love what I see on this chart. That could change very quickly into May, as many of these that we're going to look at could, but I don't love what I'm seeing here. I think if I did take any trade like this, I likely would tighten that stop just below 0.485, because man, this gets real ugly if it loses this low. That gets real ugly. I want to see, does this have a 20 weekly? Pull this back from here. All right. We still have what? We got Atom. We got TRB. We got others we're going to look at as well. And we're going to get to them. But after I do VRA, I'm going to look at the chat again, chill with you guys, because I'm not trying to blast them out. Here we go. Maybe this is the argument, right? Maybe this is the visualized version of what I was thinking. VRA, I think that there might be better bets, not commenting on the technology or whatever, the coin, just on the chart, might be better bets here. And that may be shown to us by this 20 weekly. It is underneath its 20 weekly. If you remember or were here for the beginning, total crypto market cap making a really important technical move off of the 20 weekly right now. 𝐂𝐨𝐮𝐫 above its 20 weekly. So VRA, maybe this is it. Maybe this is kind of the weakness I'm seeing. That's not a huge move from price, especially after that fall. You can retake it. If you do, that's going to be, for me, the signal that this chart is likely going to recover. Boom. There that is. By the way, all these charts I do and more, if you're in the Discord, all you have to do is sign up with a partner in the video description below. You get access to those VIP rooms, and you get lots of goodies. Lots of goodies. Here's ENA. We got Adam, and we got Turb. Let me see what you guys are doing first. I'm refreshing the chat. We got 369 viewers. It's about what I expected. I didn't post this anywhere and then like harass you guys to tune in. We're not usually live at this time, so I'm happy with this. We got some good names here. Celestia, Tia, Pepe. I think I have some of those pulled up. There's the Pepe. Pepe looking real good. We can get to those. Please check Bitcoin. Please check Bitcoin. We did. There it is. What Bitcoin? What is it doing? Are you seeing something I'm not seeing for the corn here? I love checking Bitcoin, man. It's my favorite coin, bruh. Bitcoin looks good, dude. If you're betting we're going to get a bullish weekly close, I think this is the bet. Right here, 63.8. Let's see. One. Now if you'll get a fill though, it's okay. Something like that. Please, auction. What about render? What about Tia? What about Bitcoin great weekly close? I hope so, man. I mean, it's good where it is. It's good where it is, but it could be better. It won't take much more. It could be better. I want to see 64.9. I want to see that bullish engulf. That'd be so sexy. So very sexy. A daily closes is just complete indecision. I can see it moved this way. Or traded this way. I'm going to get rid of that. I drew these on Friday. I kind of like them. Still in play. Rejecting. Basically want to see 63.8 hold right now. That'd be beautiful. Our TA on Friday, this played out well. Looking right here. Flat top, higher lows painted out. Where did it bring us? Right to our next resistance. Right to 63.8. And it went a little higher, but still, that played out well. There's always room for improvement. True that, man. You're short, Mr. Tom. Go for it, brother. From here, 63.8 weekend scam pump shall be erased. 63.8 weekend scam. I mean, we're still above it. Here's the thing that is on my mind. So discounting the last 5-6 weeks, right? Because we've just seen red candles week over week. You know, I'll pull that up. Bring this bad boy closer. There we go. Discounting the last few weeks here. 1, 2, 3, 4, really 5. But this one's still pending. Discounting those. Since the ETF, we have seen some really consistent price action over the weekends. Again, minus those last 4. We've seen basically a slow run up into the Sunday close that extends into Monday and then stops at a very specific time. And it does make sense. There's some game theory here. Basically, we have seen miners. We've been looking at the MPI. We'll have our market update tomorrow. Shout out to Poppy. But MPI miner position index, we've been monitoring it. We've seen reduced selling pressure from miners, but specifically, we have seen reduced selling pressure from miners over the weekend. For whatever reason, they have not been selling over the weekend. That is a factor of this for sure. I think the real thing going on, though, market makers pushing price into ETF opens on Monday into TradFi open, forcing ETF buyers to buy higher, which, other than the last 5 weeks or so, we have seen kind of a snowball effect. The price gets pushed up, the ETFs come online on Monday, they buy, and price continues up into Monday. However, we have seen a very dependable pause on that rally at 9:30 a.m. East, right as markets open. So I don't know, man. It's probably the right bet to say, well, that hasn't happened for 5 weeks. It's not happening now. I can't argue against that. But I guess my warning here is don't forget about all the price action that we've seen. The price action we're coming off of, we're riding just because of this. This has not been fun, mostly because Bitcoin crypto got us like re-addicted to dopamine. Re-addicted to dopamine and then just took it away. It was like, here you go, it can be exciting again. How great is that, man? The first hit's free. And then nothing. This has been really savage sideways. And it's been interesting to watch sentiment switch or just flip-flop so quickly when in reality, even if you do think it's going lower still, this is not a big deal. Like, it is not huge, man. 22% from a new all-time high. That's a retracement for ants. I expect bigger retracements in our bull run. In peak bull run, we'll get bigger ones. Much bigger flushes of leverage. What was I going? Monday. Yes. However, there is something that many of you are probably not aware of unless you tuned into 𝐓𝐫𝐚𝐼 on Wednesday. There's another new mechanic at play here. No, it's not interest rates. It is related to interest rates, but it's not interest rates. How do I say this without it being super complicated? The Fed has two tools. Those are interest rates, and they also have quantitative easing and tightening. This is essentially indirectly influencing interest rates by controlling the circulating supply of dollars. When they contract that supply, when they remove dollars from the market via treasury bond buying and selling, whatever mathematical shenanigans they do, when they do that, they do effectively fight inflation because they're reducing the supply of dollars. Or am I getting that backwards now? Reducing the supply fights inflation. Yes, that is quantitative tightening. 𝐓𝐫𝐚 on Wednesday, as we predicted, said something really important that isn't interest rates. It was the Fed is going to, they agreed to, reduce or taper their quantitative tightening. How it stood before is every month they were removing about $60 billion of circulating monies out of the system every month, month over month. That was the tightening. On Wednesday, on the FOMC, they said that they're going to cut that from $60 billion to $25 billion. That's a $35 billion difference every month. Now, you should think, your first thought should be, but that's still quantitative tightening. Isn't that still bad? And the answer would be yes, it is. However, it is a reduction of $35 billion a month, over half of what they were doing. So you're cutting something bad in half, reducing its damage. On top of that, and the new factor in play here, mind you, this is where that happened. Remember? Right here. Off that low. That's where that happened. So the market has had a different movement, a different energy to it since then. And I wouldn't say, oh, it's because of the dollars, right? It's not literal like that. But the market's showing a little bit different vibe. And the more important thing going on is as you taper, markets are always looking to price things in. They're always trying to look ahead, think ahead. The tapering suggests that they're moving away from their tightening cycle and they're moving into an easing cycle. An easing cycle is when they put money back into the system. Everything goes up. And markets historically have very closely correlated with tightening and easing cycles. So we got some things in play here. I'm going to be skeptical of bearish calls while we're moving like this off of that news. If we get a sell-off, into Monday, we go below 56.4. Okay, we can say maybe nothing has really changed. But right here, this candle was literally that announcement. It moved up, of course it sold off, but the lows held, and Bitcoin kind of moved back into that, what's the word, man? Bitcoin regained its groove. We saw this kind of price action. I don't even know how to point to it anymore, wherever I am on the screen. We saw this kind of price action like all the way up. All these rallies. It's like you hit lows, you move sideways, you move up, you move sideways, you move up. There aren't really pullbacks, aren't really retracements. The only ones we see are kind of range bound ones. We move to the top of a range, back to the bottom, hold the low, keep moving sideways. Once we had this, we started seeing different energy in the price, in the market. It was more limp. Actually, really, it was right here. It's when like this broke down and then failed to break out again here. We started getting this limp price action where we weren't seeing dips be bought up. We weren't seeing price move sideways and then up. It seems to have regenerated, maybe. Gotten its groove back, we'll say. So at the moment, and I mean always I'm bullish, but I'm more short-term bullish than I was April 30th. Not because of the price moving up, but because of that quantitative tapering. I think we have some bullish stuff at play we didn't before. Tom's looking at your pal's data. I'm always looking for you, man. They're lying though, Tom, because they're sending money to Ukraine. That's not tightening anymore. 𝐂𝐞, those two things aren't mutually exclusive. So yes, they're not lying. You're getting kind of like a few things mingled. So the Fed doing quantitative tightening or easing is its own thing, right? It's them buying, selling bonds, letting them mature, choosing not to rebuy them, etc. That is the tightening, right? But the government, the US government, it runs at a deficit. That money is printed, yes. So there are two different forces at play, and it's really, do they cancel each other out? Maybe that's a good argument, though, for the tapering, is when you get rid of some of that tightening, that allows the balance of the tightening and easing to be different, or to maybe favor the easing, right? They aren't the same thing. Like the Fed isn't the one sending money anywhere, like in that sense. So the Fed isn't lying, unless they continue to do 60 billion a month. I don't know. That's possible. But the government is still printing money. The Fed was removing money, trying to control inflation. And now they're going to remove less. So unless the government starts sending less money out or running at less of a deficit, I'd say the odds of both of those, probably zero. It's overall good. It's overall bullish, we'll say. I don't know if good's the word, but bullish. 𝐴_Pow's so gangster. Yeah, he is. Lords of Light kicking you, so you got to take a break. I haven't gotten kicked, but it's a good game. It's a good game. I've been enjoying it. Jay is lost without you. Yeah, he is, man. Government spending is always inflationary, of course. Where do you think their money comes from? This is my biggest thing about like people support. I don't know. What's the best way to put this? Yeah, I won't even make an initial statement. The government is always spending money. It always will. There's been very brief periods. I think the last time was like Clinton that the government had a surplus. Governments don't run on surpluses. People say, oh, well, if the government, this is it. I hate it when people are like, oh, the government shouldn't provide services for people. It's like, because where does that money come from? It comes from my taxes. Bro, the government does not run on our taxes. That's a pipe dream. The government runs on printed money, like period. And they're going to keep printing money. That will never end. They will print themselves into disaster just as everyone who's ever had a money printer has done. I ranted. I got off topic. We will win with crypto. I agree. That is a big reason that crypto is a necessity. It's not like, okay, you buy crypto, you're rich tomorrow. That'd be cool. But Crypto is the first thing that has ever allowed us to just opt out of that system of a centralized government body printing money, controlling the money supply to their advantage. Guess who never benefits from that? You and me. That's probably the one thing that's true of every system of finance. We're not the ones set up to benefit from it. The government prints money, they hand it out to whatever, their friends, the people they've made contracts with. How do they get them? Certainly not because they give them to the best people. And then they give that money out to their rich friends, and they get to spend that money. And the double hit is they spend that money before that new money supply impacts inflation, before it's inflated via them spending it as new money. So they get a double hit. Then we get it as it trickles down. Sure, we get it later after it's already inflated the supply. We get it when the money is worth less than it was when it was handed out. It's a bunch of BS, dude. There's a lot of topics. There's a lot of things going on there. But crypto allows you to opt out. I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm not saying it, I don't know, fixes that problem of money printing. But it allows you to just have something else, to just be outside of the system in some capacity. And that is, in my opinion, the biggest value of crypto, man. There's many, you can argue many, but that's it. Federal Reserve incoming. What's up, Jenny Swanson? Whoever gets that minted money benefits exactly. And then by the time we get it, it's too late. Clinton made a mess. Yeah, I don't care, dude. You know I don't care. I'm just talking about monies. Money doesn't care about none of that. Treasury prints money. Feds add zeros to the balance sheet, and the government spends the money, and that's how it works. Yep. And then we just, they call it trickle-down economics, and it's probably, that was probably made from someone being like, this system is like getting peed on. It's trickling down on me. See, that was the problem. People thought that trickle down meant you'd benefit from it. No. It just means you're getting the runoff, baby. That's it. Crypto is red pill dudes. That's an interesting topic, man. It's an interesting topic. I think crypto is more libertarian people. That's how I view myself anyway. I don't think that crypto especially caters like fundamentally to either side of the aisle. I don't think either side is like more intrinsically attuned to it. I think people who are libertarian, people who, I don't know, think for themselves, I think that's who it's more tailored to. Your taxes fueling the money printer. I like that. That's a good way to put it. Your taxes don't pay for the government. Your taxes pay for the ink, baby, to print that money to pay for them. I like it. Then why am I paying taxes, brother? Because I don't want to go to jail. You guys, I believe you should all pay your taxes. I think you should do it. I would never say otherwise. But I don't care what you do. I'm paying my taxes because I don't want to go to jail. What's the point of me having money if I'm in jail? I don't know. If the USD is reserve currency for the whole world, and we're finally able to get USD all the way to grassroots via stablecoins, then we have not printed enough yet. That's true. Well, they will never have printed enough. Ever. There's no such thing as enough, dude. Never. Crypto was founded on the backs of Ron Paul libertarian ideals. Yeah, true that. It was. There's never been a way to economically print enough paper USD to get to the entire world. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, there's not enough fucking trees, dude. That's why when we print money now, it's just digital. It's like digitally print. Tucker's another one that I did not pull up on Friday. And I saw and I felt bad about. Now, why is this EGLD chart Tucker? That's not right. And because there's not a lot of history. There's literally just Pancake Swap and Poloniex. Why is there two Pancake Swap? Is it because this is going to be two different coins with the same name? I put out a short this morning, guys, and it just like rings true. You gotta know what you're buying, and in crypto, doubly so. And I used to say that, meaning like you need to like understand, I don't know, like you need to like understand the coin or something. Now it's way beyond that. Now it's, you need to know what you're buying, because you might just be buying a different Tuker. You might just be buying a different Pepe, like one that has no liquidity, isn't the one you're looking at or following. Like, just a total another way to get wrecked. You gotta be careful. Here we go. Gotta be careful. Could get a good close here. Could get a good close on Tuker. Looks like you're looking for that bully engulf on the week. You're at 12 cents, 3 hours, 50 minutes. Yeah, just trade, close above 5 cents. It's pretty easy. That's not too bad. There's really not a lot on this chart to TA because there's not a lot of history. This is about all we can do. Hit at 618. It does kind of look like it wants to fill that wick. It's kind of all I can do for Tuker, man. There you go. 5 cents. This is the area that is likely to have support. Nice psychological value. Weekly, was that the weekly open of last week? Previous resistance potentially turned to support. We do moon math. That's about it. You want some moon math? Here you go. Tuker, if you break your all-time high, the next upside target likely sitting at like $2. I mean, that's easier said than done. Break an all-time high, not simple, but there's your moon maths. You're kind of right in the middle here. I think right now is a terrible time for a position. Kind of looking at it this way, if like 4 cents is your range low and then 40 cents is your range high, that's an absurd range. You're right here, kind of in the middle. I don't think now's a good time. If you see Tuker sell off to 5, you might be able to get an entry. Try to play it back to that all-time high. If you move to the all-time high, maybe you get a short, maybe you take profit. You might be looking for a return down here. There's just not enough to work with. But there you go, there's Tuker. Why is the corn pump at 3 a.m. but stagnant during the day on weekends? Your guess is as good as mine. I have this thing I don't really say often, but Bitcoin tends to pump at different times, right? And it seems like it's always the same time, but it's always rotating. It's like constantly rotating. The one time that I do get a little paranoid is when Bitcoin pumps on EST time, the time we're usually live, when it pumps while we're live. I kind of interpret this as the real pumps tend to happen, or maybe sustained ones, tend to happen when the US is not awake. And then when the US is awake, it almost feels like a trap. It's like, hey, look, you can all see this. Those are the ones that tend to sell off. But the validity of that is just anecdotal, just like from my looking experiences. Toiler is absurd. Toiler? What's Toiler? What's up, Muse? Stacking sats and Swiss francs. Stack sats, baby. That's the way to do it. That is the only thing I can say with confidence that works in crypto. You just stack sats over time, bro. Eventually it works out. Did for me, did for everyone else I know that's ever done it. Good stuff. Keep it up. Cheers to you. You're not alone. Adam. All right, this is good. So I looked at Adam a little bit ago and I said, man, you got some trouble though. Adam closed below its monthly order block. We haven't seen that on many charts. Luckily, I mean, it did hit a level that could have support. I was a little skeptical as this is not an open gap. It had already been filled before it moved up, so a little unusual. But I say this is looking better because Adam is above 911. 911, still weird to say. You want to see the month close above 911. You close below, especially if you get like a wick to 10 and then you close down here. I think you go back to your range lows. But it's good to see it above that order block. You got to see it close there. You don't want to get trapped down there. Weekly. The trade's still good, but that trade sat forever. Really good time to kind of reflect on the best trades are made way, way in advance, like way in the past. We set this potential long up in November of last year. Did not look like it was going to fill ever. And what happened? Boop, came down. Came down and filled her. Limit orders are your best friend. Looking for a good close, higher high versus last week. I'll take the weekly close above 911. I'll take it as a first sign. Higher high here. That setup could get good. Could get good. Let's get a fib on this. Looking good. I guess that's a different one. I don't even know. I don't even know. These charts are all messy. 1062. Yeah, right there. 38% upside. 12% downside. There we go. Yeah, that closed above 911 for the week and today. I think that's a signal for 1062 for Adam. What do we got pulled up still? ENA, TRB for the guy who kept asking for it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. I did pull it up. I don't know. Did maybe someone mute him or something? Because he stopped spamming. There he is. There he is. He heard me. He heard me summon him. Let's see. TRB caught me off guard too, I'm not gonna lie. Dang. It's like the same setup as Adam. Same setup as Adam, dude. You fell below that order block. Good news is, at least for now, above 70, 78.40. You're back above that resistance potentially. Let's see a weekly close there. I'm gonna get rid of a lot of this. That's good enough. Let's see the retracement. Where did we go? Quite to the 618. Either way, not quite 618. This is going to be the level I'm looking for, watching. Do not want to see closes below 78.41 for TRB, TURB. Luckily, the week is up here. You can see it on the weekly time frame here very clearly. Support, support, support. Higher high. Support, lower high, support, lower high, breakdown. Testing that support over and over again. It finally gave. Back above it. Things are looking much better. I like this. Resistance was tested, absorbed, pushed higher. I think TRB is heading for 112. 112, baby. Man, 112 might be low. If I was in a bad position, I might look to get out of it at 112. 166 up here at your 0.5, not a really outlier thing to happen either. 112 I'm very confident about. 166 could take longer. Looks like he broke your descending trend too. Not bad. Actually very good. That's actually pretty nice. I'll take that. 112. Looking for 112. Really bad position, you get out at 100. Just peace out at 100. Really bad position. This high wick is a problem for me. There's a lot of trapped orders. You saw a 93% retracement since December. Let's call it January, December. 93% down. You got a lot of orders, man. You have a lot of people who bought here and are going to look to get out at break even, maybe even less of a loss. That's why those psychological numbers might even come into play. $100. I do like this approach though, man. Like descending trend, you broke it, you back tested it, you moved higher, you confirmed the breakout. Like that could be all right. Good luck. Good luck, bro. Tuker, Adam, Jasmine. Where's ENA or whatever? That's the one I pulled up and didn't look at yet. There it is. ENA. Not a lot of history here either. Oh yeah, I voted for music. Actually, we're pretty split on music. 53% yes, 47% no. I thought it was going to be like 90% yes. Keep it off then. Yikes. ENA right here at its first monthly close from last month. Not a lot of history. You're not going to be able to do much, but let's do our best. Reverse this one. Dollar. Let's give that 2 to 1. Take profit 2, $1.26. The stop is like very difficult to find. You don't have any support below you. This is holding on by like the will, its own will. Here's the issue. This is your monthly close from last month. Here you are. You haven't made much progress. You've only hit lower highs and lower lows. This is rough. I think actually I'm going to revise this to a much tighter stop loss. We'll do the other one. No, I'll do this one. See a super chat. One sec, bro. I think a tighter stop is smarter. Well, below 75, targeting $1. You get like a 3 or 4 to 1. Let's put it at 3. This is rough though. It's a knife. Like, this is the problem. This is your monthly open. You're here. You're still setting lower highs and lower lows. If you lose your low, you might just do this. You might continue. That'd be great because then you probably are painting something bullish. But you don't have a reason to really believe that. You have no support built. You got nothing. This is one day. In one day, you went from 30 cents to 76 cents, all the way to $1.35. You 4x'd in like, I don't know, 30 hours. There's nothing down here. Any support that gives, you might return to 30 cents. I wouldn't take a trade on ENA personally. I don't like it. If I love DNA, if it's the best thing ever, blockchain killer. If it's the best thing ever and you don't care about the short-term price action, this is what I would do. I would just use my fibs. 42, 55, 66, 67, 30. I would place limit buy orders. Maybe in this kind of fashion. Maybe I would put, let's say I have 500. 1, 2, 3, 6, 2, 3. Yeah.
A few bucks.
Might do it like this.
You know what I am going to ask. Lieutenant Colonel chart, please.
Save $700. That's a weird amount. Oh well. I might put a $100 limit order here, $100 limit order here. Ooh, I just got bad heartburn. What the hell? You gotta sit up. That's probably it. Ugh. Fudge. And then 300 here. I personally wouldn't do this because I don't care about this, but if you do, maybe something like this, like a pyramided limit buy setup where you're just targeting the fibs because you don't have a reason to think there's going to be support anywhere. The advantage of this system, and I preach it often, maybe not often enough, is in the worst case scenario, you can kind of root for it to go down because your orders are getting bigger. You know what? Hold on a second. I got to get a Tums. This is wild. Hold up. This stream brought to you by Tums. That was a bubblegum one. That was tasty. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Where was I? Someone asked about render. Render, nothing's changed. If you missed the TA on this, we did some on Friday. I like the back test of the previous all-time high. It's holding. Actually, it looks a little bit better than on Friday here. Quite a bit better. Already hit a higher high versus April after you've painted a higher low. That's the beginning of an uptrend. Beginning of an uptrend right at our previous all-time high, previous resistance. now potentially support. I think render is looking good. Replace my alert there. Ordy still looking for 29.61. It was giving us some questions on Friday. Now kind of leaning back into that falling, into that signaling the previous all-time high. Same setup as render, just hasn't gotten there yet. Chili's not a lot of change. CKB, not a lot of change. Jupe, looking for a dollar fill. Yeah, dollar fill. Coming down. Tezos, battling with that monthly order block. Mara, no change. AX is a stock. Wow. What is going on? What is going on with this heartburn? I have not had heartburn in a while either. Oh crap, I forgot there's a super chat. My bad, Zima. A few bucks as a thanks. Thank you, man. Let me know what you're going to ask. Litecoin. All right. All right. Well, one in Rome. Litecoin away. Sure. Oh, man. We'll see. We'll see if this goes away. Litecoin TA on point. I was only looking for 79.82. It did trade lower. 74.67. Wow. Wow. There it is. I'm looking for 79.82. That's it. Just close above there for the week, please, Litecoin. Man. That's it. Looking for 94.40. Hold up. Wild. Wild heartburn. Haven't seen signs of the 94 yet. We'll see when this weekly closes what it opens to. These arrows were placed before it fell. They were placed like, what, 24th, 25th. It's followed pretty well. We haven't seen an upside move. Hopefully a strong weekly close. Well, not strong. Hopefully a weekly close above 79 is going to give us a little upward lift, likely to run into resistance at 84 along the way. But that's pretty much how I see this price action playing out. Wow. Meta signals. TRX trade, TP2 hit, TP3 not quite. It's looking a little shaky. Looking a little more shaky now. TP2 hit though, what can we say? No update yet. I'm going through it. Oh man. I hate to say it. I'm probably going to have to call it. I need to go drink milk or something. This is very uncomfortable. INJ, Vela, Wi-Fi. Yeah. You know, guys, I don't know. I haven't had heartburn like this in months. I don't know what's going on. Either way, we'll be live again tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in for our random Sunday stream. Make sure you guys are subscribed, joined the Discord. I mean, you're probably all in here. I don't think there's that many new viewers. Thanks for joining me on a crazy, lazy Sunday for some clickbait. Bitcoin, watch the close. Watch the close. We got 3 hours, something like that. Yeah, boys. Sorry about that. Join me in the Discord. I'll be there later after I fix this.